Today we're going to look at a pair of tandem strollers, the Nuna Demi Grow and the Silver Cross Wave. We've been asked to compare these two in the past, and though they share some similarities in terms of size, price, and function, they're actually quite different in terms of fundamental design, which significantly impacts their performance. So let's get started then, looking at each in turn, and going over their differences in terms of child comfort, ease of use, longevity, and driving characteristics. And starting off with the Demi Grow, the model clocks in at 13.5 kilos in mono mode and folds down to 89 by 61 by 60 centimeters, with the seat attached. Both the main and sibling seats on the Demi Grow are identical size-wise, and measure in with a width of between 28 and 33 centimeters, depending on whether you're using the cold weather insert, and a total length of 98 centimeters, determined by adding up the lengths of the seat back, baseboard, and leg rest, which is slightly on the lower end of average in comparison to the dimensions of other full-size models on the wider market, and which will provide maximum comfort up until around 3 years old or so. As far as parent comfort is concerned, the model has an adjustable handle with a height range of between 104 and 111 centimeters, a spacious and accessible shopping basket, when in single-child mode at least, simple, intuitive activation mechanisms, and an easy one-piece fold. The chassis is sturdily built, with tightly fitted components, good cross support, and a respect for the structural strength that comes with minimalism. And, though there is the need for occasional lubrication in the brake system and front wheel housings, the model has so far shown itself to hold up quite well over time, and has a rigid, solid feeling when using it. In terms of its driving characteristics, the Demi Grow's 7-inch front wheels and somewhat minimalistic suspension make it mainly suited to urban and smooth suburban environments, though it is capable of dealing with rougher city conditions, like broken streets, gravel, well-tended park trails, and most cobblestones. For its tandem mode, the Demi Grow is built to position the second child below the first in the shopping basket, which, while this does reduce storage, is the preferred setup in terms of driving performance, as it keeps the center of weight towards the rear and means that the chassis can be built with normal as opposed to elongated dimensions front to back, and which then makes steering and tipping, as one must do to go up a curb for example, smooth and easy in both the single and two-child setups. Moving on to the Wave, the model weighs a kilo more in mono mode and folds down to a longer, though flatter, 95 by 60 by 40 centimeters with the seat attached. The Wave's primary and secondary seats are also identical size-wise, but are smaller than the Demi Grow's, measuring only 29 centimeters in width and 96 in length, and reducing the age for maximum comfort in my opinion to around 2.5. As far as parent comfort is concerned, the Wave also has a good handle height range, though set a bit lower than the Demi Grow's at 91 to 107 centimeters, and sports a similarly large basket, though beyond these features, it's a bit less pleasant to use than the Demi Grow, being prone to creaking, especially at the handle, and feeling just generally larger and clunkier as a result of its design not being as streamlined and efficient in terms of keeping weight and size down relative to what it offers performance-wise. It also has more potential longevity issues than the Demi Grow, with front wheels that sit a bit loose in their housings, which can lead to wobbling problems, a brake line that's exposed beneath the rear frame, where it's susceptible to rust, and a folding setup that's not built as optimally as it could be in my opinion, for handling the model's weight structurally. Driving-wise, the Wave's front wheels are half an inch larger than the Demi Grow's, but its rear suspension is a bit too stiff, which reduces effective shock absorption under real-world conditions and makes the model most suitable for the same sort of smoother urban conditions. However, even in these conditions, unfortunately, the Wave is still far less pleasant to wheel around than the Demi Grow as a result of the model's length, where it's been built 11 centimeters longer so as to facilitate that second, similarly sized tandem seat in the forward position, which, when combined with the fact that the model is also quite narrow for its size, results in it being quite heavy and train-like to steer, and almost entirely untippable in the two-child configuration. So, which of these will be the better purchase then? In my opinion, it's clearly the Demi Grow, as in addition to what I've said so far, tandem models are all about transformability, and the key to a good model then is really whether it offers competitive characteristics in its mono mode versus other full-size strollers that are not expandable. And the Demi Grow does this, providing a solid, easily maneuverable, base of operations type experience with its high-positioned and acceptably sized seat and its larger than average shopping basket, giving it an edge as a single-child model, for example, if you travel around the city all day without a car and need extra storage for shopping and gear. While the Wave, on the other hand, with its smaller than average seat and its longer and heavier than average chassis, is clearly subpar in mono mode, making it thus really only relevant to consider as a dedicated two-seater, where it's unfortunately outclassed by a wide variety of side-by-side two-child models, as well as several other, more efficiently designed forward-loading tandems. In any case, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, we ask that you subscribe, as it helps us to continue making videos in the future. If you'd like to know more about either of these models, we have standalone reviews for both of them, and links have been added in the description. In addition, if you are currently shopping for a stroller, we have a buyer's guide on our Patreon page which lists a wide range of models that we recommend, with a lot of technical and lifestyle related information. You can find that by following the link in the description as well. Thank you.